not a game, it's a rich thing.
Good morning YouTube and welcome to Beaman ToysTV, and today I'm going to review the rocket from the Marvel Avengers Endgame from Hot Toys, which was just released somewhere middle of last week in Malaysia. I got it like only yesterday, a bit slow, but it's okay. I will still be proceeding and do a simple unboxing and review of these units. So prior to this particular rockets, right, there are already a few release of rocket in the market from Hot Toys. If not mistaken, there's at least 4 or 5 units available already. But in terms of the costumes, right, including the current one, there's only 3 costumes available. So the first one, if not mistaken, is actually from the a costume from the Joe version. So basically it's Rocket wearing a Joe prisoner shirt, and second is a more armory kind of like shirt, which I have over here with me. Let me just show you guys. This is the one. This is actually my favorite, and it's one and only rocket in my collections until today. So from today onward, basically I will have 2 in my collections. So you see the badass look of this guy. Okay, so let me just review this guy and determine whether is this guy still my best or that become my best after this review. So I mean, this is the second appearance as I mentioned, and the third appearance or the third costume will be the current one, this guy. So without further ado, let's start. So as usual, I'll be cutting off this paper from the top. Okay. Okay. It's out from the box. No, it's not out from the box yet. I'm just taking the plastic out. So let's see. So what you can see from this rocket box over here, you can see a sort of like background A logo from the Avengers. It's actually the Avengers logo, and then the rocket with his cute face, and then the googles, the guns, holding the guns. I mean the galaxy feels of it. And then okay, you can see a Guardian of the Galaxy logos here, the Avengers logo at the bottoms. This is like a sliding box, and then the warnings, the details, and then the words rockets MMS548. Okay, this is MMS548. So let's remove the box. So once you remove the box, right, you can see the nano gun turret, the figures, the goggles, the scarf, the gun, the blaster guns, the ether extractor. Okay, let me just open the box first. It is still stick, so let me just cut this off. Okay, let's see what we have inside the box. I will remove this one first so that it's easier to review. Okay, so let me just take this. Okay, so once the box is open, right, you will see all this accessory inside the box. So let's see one by one. So this is the nano counter. Apparently it's very plastic feel. It's very light. Perhaps why do I say so? Because I have a comparison. I have a full metal die cast infinity gunter with me. So when I hold this on hand, right, I can feel it's very light. It's a very plastic feel. As far as the design, right, it's actually quite similar to what I have over there. It's actually quite similar, but that is 1/1 scale, and this is basically the 1/6 scale. So a bit of zoom up to the nano gunter. This is one of my favorite, you know. You can see the details is all there. You can't articulate the hand. There's nothing on the LED. You cannot put any battery inside, so there's no lighting. So there's a hole that you can install a hand. But let me just feel the hole. I think it only ends until here. So you can't actually put any third-party hand inside because it's end until here. So if you imagine, right, if you put put this gunter to any 1/6 figures, right, the hand only ended at this space, so it will look very, very weird. So most likely this will be like a carrying positions for the gunter. If you want to use this gunter, right, most likely you cannot wear it, but you can actually just display it as like you are carrying it, or you're putting at one side. So this is probably what you can do with the gunter. So let me just put it out. I'll just put it here. Okay, next, this is the let's take it out first. Okay, this is basically the rocket himself. So as usual, properly wrapped. So before that, let me just put down rocket for a while. I'll go for the other accessory first. So this is the goggles anyway. So it comes with a magnetic holder. So I'll just put it down here, and I'll put this as well here. So if you look at both, right, one is slightly bigger size, one is slightly smaller size. So the smaller size is supposed to be put on the head, while the bigger size is supposed to wear on the eyes. So there are two scarves given. This is like a cloth scarf. This is a cloth scarf with a sort of like soft string attached inside, so you can actually style this. This is one. Okay, this is basically a different kind of feeling. This is a rubber scarf that you can't really move around. Let's put it one side. Okay, this is the base. This is the base. Okay, remember, I will just put the base out in a while. This is the I will be mostly using all of this. That's why I'm taking all this out from the box. Okay, the blaster. Oops. Okay, this is the blaster. You can see the colors of it. It's a very much die cast feeling, but it's not die cast, it's purely plastic. You have some colors on the bottoms. Okay, and then you have a gun, another blaster, another gun. So, and then, okay, this is another accessory which I like the most. This is basically the ether extractor. So what this does, is actually used by rocket to actually extract the reality stone from Jane Foster. So if you can see the red color over here, right, basically this is trying to mimic that the reality stone already been extracted from Jane Foster. So this is the ether extractor. So this is rocket. Finally, it's rocket. This is how this face looks like. It's actually similar, you know, to the face I have over here. If you look at it side by side, it's actually the same. So before I put this together, right, I'll just put them side by side once I actually pose it. Then we'll do another sort of like comparison from with this one against the old one. So if you can look at it, you know, this is more like leather. This is leather feeling. So after a while, you know, it might get spoiled easily. So maybe when I do my comparison in a while, right, I will show you what I do, right, to maintain this leather so that it can last longer. Or perhaps I can do another videos on how to maintain this leather. Okay, other than that, let me just see. Okay, this is as far as the hand can go, about almost like 80 degree. And at the bottoms over here, right, this is basically nylon material, so it's like you can actually pull it up a bit. You can style a little bit because it's nylon, so you can actually afford to pull it a bit. And then this is also nylon. This is also nylon. And then this is basically the pouch, but you can't open it. This is a gun holder, so you can actually put your guns over here. But I don't think you can put a blaster over here because a blaster is too big. So you can only most likely hold it on your hand. And this is the tails. So what happened is my current one, right, the tail is a bit loose. So I'm not sure how about this one. So okay, what I will do now is I'll put this rocket and all these things, all this right together. Oops, all this together, and do a pose, and then compare to the one that I have from the Garden of the Galaxy 2. So be right back. Ow! Okay, I managed to put this together. So first of all, this is how I actually temporarily pose it first. I know the storyline for the ether extractor and the blaster doesn't really gel, because when he is using the ether extractor, right, he don't actually hold other weapon on his hand, because this is actually to extract the reality stone from Jane Foster. So other than that, let me just go through from top to bottoms. Number one, this thing I like the most, the goggles I like the most. You know, it's magnetic. You can actually plug it here. I actually tried to plug this here. It can't really work because the head is not magnetic for the Guardian of the Galaxy versions. But in terms of the head sculpt, right, it's actually the same. It's 100% the same. But in terms of the mechanism is different, because this one comes with certain magnetic functions, while the other one do not have that. And then other than that, right, you will be able to see there's a whisker on here. And don't try to do it, you know, if you look at this one, the new versions versus my old one, right, my old one have lesser whisker already. Most likely some of them is actually dropped, so this one you can still see a lot. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, this is leather, so after a while it might spoil. So yeah, I did mention how I actually maintain my leather. I actually use this guy. This is actually my third bottles. I maintain it. I maintain most of my feeders with leather using this, and it's actually work. Perhaps I will do another videos on how I maintain my version ones of Deadpool. You know, version 1 of Deadpool, I believe most of you guys who have it, right, the leather is all spoiled, but mine is good as new. So I will show you guys lah. But back to the review. So as I say, this is nylon, so it allows you to move it a little bit fair more. This is the nano conduit. I have no ways to put this, but I try to hold it on the hand possible. It need to be like that, or you can just put it like that, but it doesn't really look nice. Perhaps I will try to do another few posts. If I manage to use this thing, I will just share it on the Facebook or Instagram. So other than that, let me just do a comparison between these two. So if you look at both of these guys, right, in terms of body, you can see that they are the same, but this guy never wears shoes, this guy wears shoes, so he become more civilized. But in terms of the badass armor, right, this is one thing. This guy is tremendous. You can see this one, you know, this side, I like this the most, the base, the body plate, the badass guns, and this is the most crazy one for these guys. And then you have a small Groot on top, and then this one actually you don't have this. As far as the back is concerned, this is even better. You see at the back he got this rocket launching kind of thing for him to fly around. I mean, this one is basically a jumping pose. This is a flying pose, this is a jumping pose. So if you look at the back, there's nothing at the back, so quite boring for the back. And then I mean, this back is very much interesting. So let's turn it back, let's turn it and let's turn it back. So if you ask me, right, this Groot from the Endgame, right, if you were to buy this alone, right, it doesn't really create that kind of bonding effect, you know. It's like if it's alone, right, there's nothing much to see. As far in the movie Endgame, right, I like Rocket a fair bit because he tend to show us a lot of emotional side of himself. But as far as the figure itself, right, compared to this, you know, in this movie, he's not so much emotional. I mean, in terms of movie, I like to watch emotional movies. So I mean, this movie is not so good, but the figure is good. This one, the movie is good as far as he is concerned, but the figures is only so. I mean, it's the same head sculpt, different costume, different weapon. This one have more badass weapon, very nice costume. This one have more accessory. You have either extractions, you have gunpowder, you have blaster, you have guns, you know, you have the goggles, then everything is there. But typically, if you ask me about these two, right, I would prefer this guy. You know, if you ask me to rate this guy, out of 10, I would say this guy at least worth 8.5, and this maybe only around 6. But nevertheless, if you look at all the Hot Toys brochures or promotional pictures, right, you will see that this guy is actually packed together with Iron Patrick. So perhaps when Iron Patrick is here, right, when that bonding effect between him and Iron Patrick is created, the feelings of the figures being able to display more than what itself can carry can be shown to you guys. I don't know, let's wait and see how it goes. So I think that's it lah. I think that's it for the videos today on the unboxing and review of Rocket from the Endgame. So let's just zoom one round further just to see how it looks like. It's quite good when you actually zoom further, you know, but as per compared to these guys, you know, it's incomparable. This guy is still the best. So having to say so, have a good day ahead. If you like our channel, do subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button so that every single new video that we have, you guys will be notified, and subscribe to us. Bye.